Hey guys, welcome to Searching for UFOs South Australia. Now, this channel here I created a few years ago, and I haven't really got too much content in there, but my plans are from starting from now and into the future is to do a lot of content to the channel, and that'll be a lot of sky watching videos and talking about UFO sightings that have taken place in my area over the years. Now, I live in South Australia. I live in a city a few hours north of Adelaide, and this place has a rich history of UFO sightings over the years. And the 1980s, as a kid, I remember as a time when there was a lot of UFO sightings, and that's when my interest in the UFO topic became. So, three particular UFO sightings, which I have talked about on this channel in the past, are the UFO sighting in, well, there's actually three of those, and they all occurred in 1988. The first one was July 18th in a small farming town here in South Australia called Katawi, which is between Gladstone and Jamestown. A farmer describes sighting a UFO over the Southern Flinders Rangers towards the Port Pirie area. Now, I do have a UFO video discussion about that, and I will link that up in the top right if you want to go check that out after. Also, July 25th, a few days after that one, in a town called Jamestown, which is actually not too far from Katawi, a UFO was spotted by a local farmer who indicated that the actual craft landed on his property. Now, I do remember that story quite well, being told to me, and I remember the occasions going to Jamestown and pointing out in the area where the UFO was meant to have landed. So hopefully down the track I'll be able to take you to some of these locations and we can go check those out, and may even do some sky watching overnight there. Another one which took place in January 21st in 1988 is probably one of the most famous ones, when the family were stalked by a UFO while they were crossing the Nullarbor from Perth to Adelaide, and that also happened in 1988 as well. Now, I've been sky watching for nearly 37 years, and from that 37 years I've actually only seen one object I could not explain, and that was in the early 2000s when I was only at a local sporting event. What was not even out sky watching for UFOs. I just remember the day. We have a lot of passenger aircraft that fly from Sydney to Perth, and they fly over where I live. And this particular day, this aircraft flying over, which was about 35,000 feet, I saw the aircraft, and probably 3 or 4 lengths behind this aircraft was this bright white object that was following it all the way to the west until they both flew out of sight. So that was pretty amazing to see something like that. I've done all my sky watching at night and hoping to see something during the night sky. But it was, it happened during the day when I wasn't even actually properly sky watching, so which was pretty cool. Anyway, so the purpose of this video, just to let you guys know what to be looking for, is that I don't have the real expensive video equipment to capture images during the night. Hopefully that can come down the track, but the way I will be capturing my images is by photography. Probably over the last 12 months I've been learning astrophotography. I'm not really going for the high glamour pictures, but these images you see in front of you right now are images that I've taken myself. I'm pretty lucky living north of Adelaide. I've only got to drive 15 to 20 minutes, and I've got some locations that are quite isolated out in the bush, and beautiful night skies. And like I said, the way I'm going to capture anything is by photography. And this image here that I took a few years ago, you can highlight here, 20-second exposure. Anything moves within that 20 seconds will be grabbed, depending on the direction the object is going. There's a couple of images in here which objects I'll show you in a sec. I'll show you right now actually. This one here, moving right to left, on that night was a aircraft that was flying over. You can see the dotted lines with a faint white line in going along with it. That's an aircraft with its, I assume that was its navigation lights or its landing lights at the time. Another image over here, as you can see the faint white line going all the way down here. That's either a satellite or a shooting star that was captured at the time of me capturing the picture as well. So I've set up a 20-second exposure. You got to mess around with your ISOs and your stuff like that. But any movement will be captured in the image, depending on what direction it's going. If it's going in a straight line, you'll see either this aircraft movement or this faint white line here is either a satellite or shooting star, and that's what it is. Now, if it's some type of UFO or unidentified object, and depending on the direction it's going, you're going to see if it's moving left and then decides to change direction, you're going to see these lines over your screen. But I'll do another video down the track. I've actually got some pretty cool images I took of a aircraft that was coming into land and it was changing directions, and you can actually see how it gets picked up in the film, in the photography as well. So this is how I'm going to capture stuff. I love going out and learning astrophotography. These images are really cool. I've got a few more here. I've actually got quite a lot, actually. So there's the city down here, 20 minutes away, out in the middle of nowhere in the bush, and absolutely beautiful to do this, to capture images like this. And this is how I plan to do it. This image down here was a passenger aircraft. Which direction? Yeah, that would have been heading to Perth at the time. Got some more images here. And here's some examples of shooting stars as well. See that light line going across here, and there's another one down here. So I can remember taking these pictures at night. I didn't see these shooting stars. Didn't see them at all, but they did come up in the photo later. So there's actually quite a few other photos that I've gone through and I've picked up stuff that I didn't actually see on the night, so which is cool. So nothing in there. But this is how I'm going to capture any movement during the night. And I think this is a pretty good way, because when you try and film with a video camera and that, you got a lot of shaky cam. But with this, you can get a really cool image anyway. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys will subscribe to the channel and follow this. There's one down here I forgot about. That's an aircraft moving down here. See, I can't even remember seeing that on the night. It just comes up in the image. I reckon there was another photo as well with something. Well, anyway, yeah, so the purpose of this channel is that I want to go out and do a lot of sky watching. I'm just going to focus mainly here in South Australia about UFO sightings that have taken place, especially in the mid-north Spencer Gulf area. We've got a rich history of UFO sightings over the years. A lot to do with the Woomera up north, which is about 5 hours away. Woomera's got a big history of top project testing and nuclear test sites, rockets, after World War II all the way up to now, actually. So I always tend to think that Woomera is Australia's Area 51. So, but hopefully these guys will come along and follow me on this journey here. I've got a lot of plans of going out and doing expeditions and sky watching overnight in different locations. Also, like I've mentioned before, I wouldn't mind taking you out to some of these locations of sightings back in the 80s, especially around Katawi, Jamestown area as well. So there you go, guys. Thank you for joining. Make sure you go check out my other videos. I do go in more detail about those other UFO sightings I've talked about in other videos, so go check them out. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment down below. Let me know where you are. And stay tuned for the next UFO video. Bye for now.